Hello and good evening. Hopefully the stream is running. We are back to the regular campaign.
No
oh
more
yeah, I can hear
Gaiden.
it echoing back at me, so we are definitely live.
We're live at 5.
I've got to mute. So welcome once again to Hecate's Dungeon, where we play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. We are continuing the Princes of the Apocalypse campaign. I will give a word of warning. I may start going off book a little bit, just for my own personal amusement, primarily at points in the future now the characters are level 3 and less likely to suddenly die. It might just be fun. So, our adventuring party, as they have just left a night of revelry, by the sounds of things from that episode you did, in Belliard, the small town to the north of Red Larch. And you're planning to leave the town to head south along the trail of the missing Freed delegation. So I hand over to you guys. What do you want to do?
It's getting somewhat written down to another dimension, I think.
Yeah.
What?
your, your microphone's going through some interesting contortions again.
Why do you do this?
we're really back, everyone. It's finally time. We're having 3 weeks of Gaiden.
Changed anything.
It might be your internet connection.
No. Okay, I'm gonna have to hand over to you people, and you'll have to do most of the talking then, because I haven't got a clue what the issue is.
It's okay. We can do this thing.
We got this.
For a little while.
Okay.
We got this, fam.
Oh shit. Sorry, we're sitting here and we're conspiring for something. So, does anyone want to explain what Hoser is about to go off and do?
I think he's gonna save that for a while. Doesn't need to do it here and now. He can wait.
I guess here and now, it technically shows us in the middle of nowhere, but setting wise right now, let me pull up the map so we can have a reference for everybody. No, that's the local map. That's not the area map. That's what I need. So, setting-wise, all of us took a trip here from Red Larch, through the Larch Path, past the Stone Bridge, up the hill over under the... I don't remember how that goes. We're in Belliard now. And we originally went there because we were following the trail of the caravan, which we found kind of scattered around. And we're attempting to figure out, sort of trace backwards or forwards. I still haven't figured that out. What exactly
You're
happened?
tracing forwards. The caravan went from Red Larch, and it went up the Larch Path, which you have followed. This music's getting a little distracting.
It's very bombastic.
Yeah, there we go. Turn it down a little bit.
Exposition!
Okay, so you followed it north up the Larch Path. Then you turned to the right and went over the stone bridge, which was quite an experience for those of you scared of heights. And you've ended up in Belliard. And they say that the caravan did pass through, but they hadn't heard from Summit Hall that it had arrived there.
Oh, I love this. This is some Final Fantasy Tactics-ass music.
Yeah. So it presumably vanished somewhere between Belliard and Summit Hall, and you guys are going to head south along the route it would have taken to see what exactly happened to it.
Okie dokie.
Wasn't our best guess either it got attacked by birds or it got attacked by water people?
Yeah, I think they were cultists.
That's like this whole thing is, right? I think they were cultists, the campaign. Oh, shit.
Not saying it was cultists, but
You know,
cultists.
it's probably cultists. So, what are we gonna do? Because we're all just kind of hanging around in the middle of nowhere now. I like to think that after our night of drunken revelry, we just kind of just like wandered to the outskirts of the town to do God knows what and who knows where.
This is the hangover episode.
Yeah,
We're trying to find Whisper.
this is the episode where everyone's like what Vivian is.
Yeah, we're trying to find Whisper.
Okay, actually, let me swap over to the main screen so people can see it now.
Yes,
no.
your elven companion has vanished into the night as his
Maybe we check
survey.
the roof.
This is what happens with rogues. You put them somewhere and then you can't find them again.
Vanished
Especially
into the
elf
night.
elves. I mean, they can be hidden by like a light drizzle wood elves. So like, shit, it's slightly misty outside. Where's the wood elf? We haven't got a clue.
I like how it's vanished into the night, and we just have like Whisper off into a bush, which just makes me think she's just emptying her guts into the bush.
Asleep somewhere. Oh wait, she's a wood elf. Yeah, no, she's probably just like lying under a bush somewhere.
Oh
looking
yeah,
up
that's
at the
right.
sky.
The other
No
important
sleep.
thing is that we got Hephaestus up with us. There he is. There's the
There.
boy.
Yeah.
There he is, our good halfling boy.
His HP seems weirdly low.
He was drunk for a while, then he got better.
Struggled for a while.
Oh, Justice is still level 2? Oh my god.
Oh no, we have
Uh, 'cause I-
we have
'cause-
levels to do.
Right, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
just give him at least the HP for his level. So he's a paladin, so that's 6 plus his he has a 10 in Constitution. What were you doing?
Well, I
This
mean,
is a
most
good
Yeah,
paladin
judges
build.
you.
he's very charismatic and smart.
Suboptimal builds is where it's
I mean-
at.
Yeah, I'll just build my frontline guy with like. Okay, so Festus has
He's a bit-
21 HP,
No.
which
He
is
has less HP than Gunner.
he has less
He's
HP
amazing.
than Sorcerer.
He's the squishy boy. He
I guess,
protect your palate.
I guess the fairest comparison would be how much HP does Ren have?
25.
What? He's
Artificers are proficient in Constitution saving throws. Like I think it's to balance out the smarts and the fact that they like to carry around chemicals and/or high weaponry.
I'm sorry,
I
I'm just finding out that our gnome has more health than our frontline paladin.
To be fair, the paladin is also a small boy.
yeah.
The gnome is a small
He's
girl.
He's a small
Very
black.
hard.
He doesn't go to the front lines. He stays behind and makes the weapons.
Because that's what a paladin is for.
Exactly.
Until people pay him, and then he will go up at the front.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there
true.
you go.
Oh my god, we're
I mean,
just
he's
finding
only
out
here for
everything
armor
today.
anyway. So.
So you'll have to decide what your oath is like. Feel free to do that while we're doing stuff like pick an oath, give yourself oath powers and whatever.
I think I made an oath before, but I don't remember which one I picked. So I'm gonna go look at that now.
Go
That's
full
not
out
a good thing to make an oath and be like, what did I swear to do again?
You're
He
the
figured it out
worst.
before we started drinking.
Did
He's
I
just
swear
like,
to
I don't remember.
vengeance?
Like,
I
so
kind of
bad.
lost how he
Swear
starts
to
drinking.
protect everyone, because
Never make a paladin oath while drinking, kids. It always ends bad.
Hi guys, it's been 4 weeks.
Oath to that sweet cash money.
anyway, Whisper has vanished into the night, but during your time in Beliard, Hephaestus has finally caught up with you. He's come up the road. He got a lift on a cart from some of the kindly folk of Red Larch, helping him catch up for having been looking after one of their own. So yeah, he's been dropped off in town. It's presumably the night after all of your drinking, so while Hephaestus is up bright and early and arriving in the town, the rest of you are all kind of sat around going, oh.
Right, never again. You hear me? Probably tomorrow.
Man, you all really can't handle your alcohol, can you?
Excuse
right
me,
here
I
with
am
us.
perfectly fine.
See, that's my face. He's like only a few inches taller than her anyway.
And I want the people to say that too.
Yeah.
Was I okay after alcohol?
I can never understand how our smallest member can handle it better than two dwarves.
Natural talent.
Right, natural talent. We'll leave it to that. So, for reference, Hoser and Gunner both followed the saves.
Did we say that dwarves had advantage?
Oh, I think actually we
They
did. So,
do have
that is-
advantage.
so
Yes.
Hoser was
Okay,
fine,
good.
actually.
I'm fine then.
Gunner followed it.
For the purpose of Constitution saves, I believe alcohol counts as a poison, and thus dwarves have advantage on the saving throw. Yes,
This is why dwarves drink a lot, by the way.
because they can.
Because they have to feel alive.
And
Oh,
That's
Wow.
dark. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
At least this 140-year-old man does.
they
bye.
must fill the
Oh.
void in their lives with gold and alcohol.
Yeah, now we're getting to the Dwarf Fortress School of Dwarves.
A strange mood has taken Gunnar.
Am I just
He
going
runs
to
off and,
like?
makes a weird carved chair with gems stuck in it?
Am I just going to like bash
And then he
Hoser over the
catapulted
head and
into
drag
the
him into my
distance.
workshop?
Oh my god, I
That's
figured
a
it
very
out.
different story. Hmm?
Wow. Okay, so anyway, you guys were about to head south out of Beliard. Is there anything you want to pick up from the town before you set off?
I already have anything that I could ever need, which is to say, a portable battering ram and a sledgehammer. Which the Gunner
Wow.
has a sledgehammer on him this time. He's ready.
Best solution to a party not having the rogue around.
Hmm.
I have lockpicks. It's called the ram. Sure, they're going to hear us coming, but by that time we'll already be in the room.
Yeah, and Hephaestus already has a smith tools, so if you need like bang.
Okay.
Oh.
So
I wanted to see if I could get alchemist supplies in town before we left.
yes, there is a herbalist and sort of general kind of healing person who used to be kind of a sort of healer in the mercenary companies, since the town has a lot of retired mercenaries, and they're willing to sell you some supplies that they've bought and gathered. They have occasional kind of shipments brought in from Waterdeep. So if you pay the standard price, yes, you can buy some.
Marvelous.
Wonderful. Oh yeah, Gunnar is gonna get one thing. He's gonna get like a leather strap so he can put it on his dulcimer that he actually has proficiency in playing.
Okay, that's easy. You
And
can,
now he can carry it portably and not have to like set it up on the ground. So now when they're going merrily along, he can actually just like jam on it.
This is news.
You didn't know?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he has proficiency in dulcimer.
Okay.
He can
I
play
guess
an
that's
instrument.
Yeah, the townspeople are pretty amused by this, and they managed to find you a strap. It looks like it used to be attached to a different kind of instrument, like maybe an accordion or something, but they managed to make it fit onto your dulcimer, and are most amused by the sight of a hill dwarf walking around with one strapped on.
All right, let's see how this goes. Oh!
Damn.
Yes! Yes!
Beautiful! The whole town who are within earshot come out to hear this beautiful music that is coming out, and a little kind of some people start kind of dancing, and it's like everyone's sort of waving to you and like wishing you well on your travels. A couple of people come out and hand you some gold coins. You get
Sweet.
like about 5 gold pieces in total from all of the change that people throw your way. Yeah, everyone's really impressed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sorcerer stealing a bard's job. Well, we don't have a bard in this party either.
It's time to
True.
double up, guys.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Time for
All right.
Gunnar to be a bard.
So, are you ready to go
I
south?
don't think Hazard can take a level in Bard. He doesn't have
Let's
enough
go.
charisma.
Let's
I
go.
think so.
Let's
yeah.
go. Hey,
Uh,
ho,
So,
let's go.
All right, Ramones.
hey, oh. All right. The Desserin Road leads south through the barren Sumber Hills. You don't meet any travelers this day, but you find evidence that the trail supports traffic. Wagon ruts and mule droppings prove that people come this way on a regular basis. You find nothing else until you're about 15 miles south of Belliard, when you spot a cloud of ravens and vultures circling a mile or so west of the trail.
Woo! Birds!
Are we sure this time?
What are birds?
Do you want to do a nature check? It would be a nature check or a perception check.
I would like to do a nature check.
Let's
to see if
proceed.
I've
That's
learned.
my nature check.
I need to
Okay.
see if I've learned better.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Yeah, there sure are some birds.
Aye, there's sure are some birds.
Morgana, yeah, those look like some ravens and vultures over there.
They're definitely birds.
Yeah,
Um,
ravens and vultures. So there's probably some dead stuff over there that they're eating.
Ravens and
Quite
vultures
a
and
lot,
corpses, oh my.
yes, from the number of ravens and vultures.
It's a lot. So there may be a lot of dead things over there.
I count at least 2.
The problem is, you're not wrong.
You just had to go and say at least.
I was going to say, Ren is already off, slightly walking ahead towards the cluster of carrion birds.
Okay. All right. In a small dell a mile off the road, you find the remains of a battle. A dozen dead soldiers lie on the ground. This music feels way too happy for finding a bunch of dead people.
Oh, there's music?
Oh, did it stop with? Okay, just as well. I'm changing it then. Okay. Is this track even working? Let's just find one that works. Okay.
Yep, music. Sweet.
Okay. So, in a small dell a mile off the road, you find the remains of a battle. A dozen dead soldiers lie on the ground, dressed in black surcoats bearing the emblem of a red axe. Most appear to have died from battle injuries, although some lie in small craters or jumbles of broken rock. Abandoned and looted wagons lie nearby. A couple of broken trunks sit on the ground by the wagons. 2 rock cairns, one large and one small, stand atop a hillside nearby.
That's more of those caravan people, ain't it?
Seems likely, especially given the mercenary uniform. Keep seeing that as well.
Well, this is
Kate, can I see how long these people have been dead for?
Yes, that would be a medicine check.
Okay.
Oh.
I will fire the thunder cannon into the air to scare off all the birds.
Ooh.
All right. Boom. The ground shakes slightly as the thunder cannon is fired, making a tremendous racket, and all of the birds caw, 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 go flying off into the distance. A few feathers kind of fluttering around on the light breeze. All right, wow, that's a good medicine check. So the bodies have been here. I'm trying to remember when the trade caravan disappeared now. Was it about 5 days ago or something? 10 days ago?
12.
Thank you for
12,
notes.
right. So the time that the bodies have been here lines up with the amount of time that the caravan's been missing. So this would seem to be the remains of the dead caravan, and yet you don't see any people other than these people in the black surcoats at a cursory glance.
With that medicine check, can I determine how any of them have died? Like, if it looks particularly abnormal?
Okay. You have a good look at them. These people were killed in a battle. You don't see marks that suggest magic necessarily, but they look like they were hacked down by big, heavy weapons. Like, by some of them have even like claw marks across them, or big bruises, like they were hit by something bigger and more powerful than a human, or they were hacked down by a very large, heavy blade. At a closer glance, some of the bruises have bits of rock embedded in them, so while at first you didn't notice the marks of magic that you would expect to see, like burns and things, it looks like from the rocks and the craters around that maybe some kind of magic has been used here, because there are these weird craters in the ground. There are splinters of rock in large bruises on these bodies. Some of them have like caved in rib cages as if they've been hit by a large stone. So either a bunch of giant monsters came through and chucked huge rocks at them, or some kind of magic has been used here, like earth magic.
Aye. It's Gunnar what killed them.
Bloody show-offs. Using something better than catapult.
Do you want to do a perception check to have a little look around?
Yeah, definitely. Or I'd like to investigate because I'm better at that. But that's just
okay.
personal preference.
Investigate sounds perfect, actually. It's probably.
I was did intimidation instead of investigation, and I was like, Gunnar just scares the shit out of the scenery.
Okay. All right.
Scared the
So
shit out of some
investigation. You notice a strong smell coming from the cairns, the large and the small cairns, like these piles of rocks on the nearby hill. You think that there must be bodies in underneath those heaps of stone. You also notice that none of the people here look like Mirabar delegates, the ones who are like lying around on the ground. These all appear to be the guard for that caravan. And if you would guess from the numbers, you would guess that this is all of, or if not most of, the guard of that caravan are lying here dead.
Cinder, what are you trying to stab?
That was a misclick. I promise.
Good.
He's just doing some shadow swording.
I shot an arrow in the air. Where it lands, I do not care.
Everyone went away.
Festus fucking stabs the rocks.
No, he goes after the crows.
Casting
Something about the
magic
man.
missile on the darkness. Jesus Christ. Right, well, as we can see, most of the guard seems dead, but has anyone seen a merchant?
Could be one inside or underneath one of these. It's like before, when we found the buried bodies.
Proper Earthweaver burial. Well, I suppose we ought to start digging. And Gunnar just shoulders the sledgehammer and starts smashing them stones.
Right, the large one or the small one?
Let's go for the large one. Ooh,
The
is this
large
like
one.
that game where you pick large box or small box?
It's like that, only the things in the boxes are dead bodies.
Woo!
Ooh.
Yay!
Right.
Pick a rock. Its contents will help you on your way.
Okay, you brace yourself against the horrible smell of rotting flesh and start digging. As you pull the rocks off, you're expecting to find a number of bodies, but you find two strange things. One, not as many bodies as you expected, and two, they appear to be covered in fur. There are 5 dead bugbears in this cairn. Bugbears being large goblinoid creatures, about like 8 or 9 feet tall, maybe up to 10 feet, and like covered in like a brown fur over most of their bodies. They look like they've been dead about the same amount of time as these other dead bodies, and they are wearing black leather armor, and it has a familiar symbol on it.
Oh man.
Which symbol is which? It's Triangle Bum.
Triangle Bowl. Hang on, let me pull up those sigils again. It's Triangle Butt.
Yeah, Triangle Bum. Hang on, free hand. Do that.
God, I know it's supposed to be like a mountain or something, but that really just does look like a triangle butt.
Why can't
It really does.
it let me draw? Yeah, okay, so it's the one that looks like a triangle bum.
Hang on.
If somebody else can draw it or display it, because for some reason my tablet isn't responding.
There you go, triangle bum.
Yeah, triangle bum. Yeah, it's that symbol.
Just love that shorthand. It's really good. Oh my lord. Why is it that we never find what we expect in graves? I swear.
So next to it there is another grave. Do you want to open up that one as well?
Right, well,
Me too.
anyone have any, qualms about me smashing this one open too?
Kind of, yeah. Could we maybe be a bit more respectful? So we can put them back?
Well, fair enough, I suppose. And so he just shoulders the sledgehammer and instead uses it to lift the rocks.
Alright, you gently lift the rocks. Sorry, I've lost my page. Hang on one moment. Here we go. So you lift the rocks gently off this other one, and you're glad you do, because this one isn't a pile of monstrous bugbears. It appears to be a human woman. She's wearing robes that suggest she was some kind of a monk, and she has a strange golden mask on. It's shaped like a snarling gargoyle face, and it appears to be gold, though on closer inspection, from the slightly damaged state of the mask, it appears that the gold is just a very thin application of some kind of paint, and that underneath it's just made of some cheap metal.
All right. Well, you suppose we should drag this one out so we can look at it, or?
I don't know.
Since we're just investigating all the dead bodies in the area like some kind of area coroner. CSI
Okay.
Morgana.
Hey, don't look at me. I'm lucky I knew what was wrong with those. I don't know what's wrong with dead bodies most of the time. I tend to just eat them.
Looks like it's been dead about as long as these other ones nearby.
Cool. Do you want me to roll again to see if there's any specifics, anything I can particularly tell from it?
You did a really good roll before, so I won't make you keep rolling. By the looks of... So the bugbears and this lady do not look the same in terms of how they've been injured as the other bodies. The other bodies look like they've been smashed with heavy swords and things and earth magics. So you would be attacked by the bugbears and some kind of person who wields earth magic. Whereas these dead bodies of the bugbears